All right.
We're
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Painting Platinum. This is Sadie. I'm Sadie. Justin's here. He's going to be a little absent for a little bit while he has some lunch. He's been busy today. Um, but yeah, we're going to do a little painting. We are finishing up, possibly not, probably not today. We're finishing up the Learn to Paint kit layer up and working on our pirate. So I'm gonna get to it. And I just got a notification. I think this is the first time I've got a notification for my show, so go me. Um, so yeah, I adjusted my mic, so if I'm a little loud or crazy, let me know. Hi guys, Margaret. I may be one. Nomad Zeke. I five paints. So today, in addition to working on our pirate, I'll be revealing a couple of really, uh, yeah, well, crazy, not loud. That's all I can do. Hi, Night Cart Gaming, Fraley. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. So anyway, I'll reveal my next sample colors, which are just totally original, out of nowhere colors. Hi, MZ. But yeah, so working on. Let me look at his name. I always get this wrong. I switch it from Rajad to Hajad. Hajad with an H. Perfect. So I think last time where we left off was, did we highlight the pants? Sharky in the tent. Hello, hello. Um, 2 parts heather blue to 1 part bleached linen. I haven't yet. I need to, Nomad Zeke. I always forget what I'm doing on Facebook, and I think they do this on purpose because every time I get on, there's something like inflammatory or exciting right at the top. But I'm actually gonna let me see if I got a pen. I'm gonna remind myself. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Uh, Total original out of nowhere. You know, these don't even have names, so I'll go ahead and show you. I mean, it's already showing. Oops. But so like I did this purple and this pink the other day. This purple, okay, so I gave away the rest of my blue steel and then I turned it into purple, call it purple steel, I guess. So it's slightly grayed out. Oops. Slightly grayed out. But that's my purple and the pink, which takes me back to something. And I don't know what it is. Like maybe it reminds me. I kind of thought maybe it reminds me of Mega Blocks. It's like some toy. It reminds me of High Rings Raccoon, and it kind of made me want to do a whole army of like really cute colored stuff. So I'll go ahead and show you these. So this is in bottle. Is the purple that far off from Drow Silver? Thanks, Dr. Bob. Down under the red. Hi, Iggy Spellscale. Yeah, I do think it is. I know it's a different flake. It's more of a white flake than a silver, and it's not our like pow shiny flake. It's the old flake, which is good too, just depending on what you like. But yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna swatch it because I need to use my. Um, yeah, we do need a whole nipple, uh, a nipple collection. I think that says nipple. It censored it. Yeah, I don't think it's as vivid as Drow Silver. Uh, I'm glad Avrilina. I swear, I will figure out what this reminds me of, but it just takes me somewhere. And with the pink, what I generally do with pink is I'll go pink, then I'll go purple. Yeah, My Little Pony was one of the things I thought it might be. Ashley the Monk. Howdy, Dave Dwyer. Um, Taffy, bubblegum, it's something. But the pink, I'll go purple and then kind of red, and then I add like a little bit of yellow to it. So it's like as balanced as I can make it, which is kind of my taste in colors anyway, is like a whole bunch of stuff in it. Not like bright, bright. But yeah, so that's what I got. Those might be Mega Block colors. Founder says, what would be the best nice rich green that is darker than turf green but lighter than pine green? I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I'm trying to think. Rich green, darker than turf green, lighter than pine green. I'll let you know. Rich green, turf green. Yeah, because turf green's kind of, what's it called? Ooh, Lenny green. Yeah, or Lighty. I think it's Lenny. Viper green's a little bright. I was going to say Naga, but that's a little bright. I don't think it's necessarily dark. I'll let you know. I'm sure it'll come to me sometime looking at it and whatnot. Naga is like turf, I think. Yeah, you're probably right. Hi, Francis. So yeah, so for every 5 subs, I'll give away one of each of these and a pokey tool. And it's real pretty. And I would swatch it, but I'm going to swatch the, I've got like a real dirty swatch tile. And I've got a nice clean one. I'm going to use my nice clean one for the, what's it called? The Brine Wind High Seas Adventure set. So the first 6, we're going to reveal those. I'll show you guys and then I'll show them tonight. Lenny looks much brighter than turf on the website though. Yeah, I'm going to have to get back to you on that. Maybe like, I'm trying to think. What is 9010? Is that pine? I'm trying to think. Yeah. Yeah, I think these are Mega Blocks. But yeah. So for every 5 subs, we'll give away one of each of those and a pokey tool. And we'll do a little painting and I'll show you guys those High Seas Adventure colors. And I wanted to finish the High Seas. Yeah, 9010 is pine. Okay. It's somewhere in there though that I'm thinking. I'll let you know though. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I wanted to finish the High Seas Horrors part of the kit so I could show you guys that, but I'm just not sure. There's a couple colors I'm just not sure about. Oh, I may be one. The blue is gone. I might have a couple of green. So depending on how many we get today, you may or may not get surprised and delighted with a steel green. I had to whip up just like 2 more of the blue. Actually, I don't know where my little bin went. Anyway, but yeah, hi sentimental minis. How's it going? And Planer, I have a little set for you. I need to send out. But yeah, that's what we got. All fun, all interesting things. Here's my guy. I'm a little skeptical about how blocky I did this, but I think that's the point. And then we'll go over and glaze it. I mean, I don't know that I see a part with glazing here, but Yeah, I don't think it says anything about glazing, but I'm gonna do it. That's what I'm thinking, Margaret. Once I glaze it, it'll smooth out. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay. But I'm going for something different. I would actually think that I would like wet blending if I really knew a whole lot about it. That being said, I don't know a whole lot about it. So I'll just have to wait and move on to that maybe next. I love a pink Maldercar. I love pink everything. My taste is very, like, obviously, I don't know what the word would be. Like, pretty rosy taste. Okay, so highlighting the pants. I don't think we've done that yet. Shoot, hold on a second. I think Heather Blue is one of the ones I missed. I got my kits mixed up. Okay. I used to keep a rack of like pink and frilly, yeah. I used to keep a rack of all the paints on my little desk area, but it's just too much. I just didn't have enough space. So been doing a lot of mixing. 2 heather blue, 1 bleach linen, 2 parts water. And then we essentially, like, without thinking about it, gave ourselves like another kit shop worth of work, which I'm not really stressed about. Maybe it is Barbie pink. It would make the armor that Barbie would wear. That's what I kept telling myself. But I'm really into it. Like, man, we need a cutesy line. But if Ed heard me say that, he'd probably just shit. Oh, so planer. This is what our giveaway is. It is a pink and a purple that I made. The purple used to be blue steel, and I tinted it to make it fun. And the pink is with the same flake. It's just, I had a little left over without color in it, so I made a new one. That's super cute. Super cute. I'll show you in the bottle. And I would swatch it, but my swatch tiles are taken up. I think I put that in your little care package. I need to get with somebody on how to send that out. I'll let you know if I need you to email me your info. I don't know how internet works, like if they save the fulfillment department. I mean, if they save people's info or if we have it somewhere. But I bet John Overton would know. And then, so like, slightest change ever. If you watched Reaper Live last week, you'll know that we are not doing the glow in the dark for the High Seas Horrors line anymore. Yeah, he does. Suleiman and John knows everything. We're not doing glow in the dark for the High Seas Horror because essentially it behaves differently than paint. And I think it would just be confusing to people. Like, not to be, what's the word, like condescending or whatever. I think a lot of people would be like, why does this act like this or that or whatever? So we want to put it out with effects. Same with the blood effect. So I'm doing a blood color that's shiny, but it doesn't behave much differently from other colors. So what we're doing instead is like a nice glowy color. Now here's the other big change. I announced on Reaper Live. See, this is what I get for making announcements. I announced on Reaper Live that we would do the glowy, ghosty color that was requested on Facebook from a sample. However, Ron and I got to talking about it, and it would make a little... we have another color that's similar that's coming out in the ReaperCon kit, and it would be just the tiniest bit redundant. So we're doing something a little different. So I wanted to finish that today, but I didn't. Oh, thanks for the sub, Chef of Love. Yeah. Yeah, MZ, the reason I do that is because Planer can't enter our giveaways. And I thought, if she can't enter our giveaways, she should have the kind of the benefits that we do, which is essentially like last year, Anne was like, if you want a drownable pink, take it, you know. And it was early and whatever, like, obviously within reason, like we can't take 6-packs and 6-packs, but if there's something that people really like, then they can do that. So anywho, I think we've got 5 subs. I think our hashtag free's open, but we'll wait for Justin because
It's open, sorry. I meant to tell you guys that.
oh, it's open. So you can hashtag free it and you might win. Paladin Barbie, Margaret said. I would love that. I am more inspired lately. Okay, good. So you can hashtag free it and possibly win. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about Barbie. I was even going to call it, I was like, I could call it my Barbara line. Because Barbie was based on a girl named Barbara. I like the name Barbara. Anywho, I might finish the mini. Let's start it first. I've always thought it would be really funny to like troll the people that hate the way I work and just do a whole episode of not painting at all. Anyway. Compared to like kind of a Colbert-esque situation. Like I've always loved how and maybe this doesn't relate at all and just does in my head, but like you know how Colbert would have people on that he would interview, so like he'd be at his desk and then he'd go to like the other part of the stage to interview them, and when he announced them and people started clapping, he'd like run across the stage like they were clapping for him. It was really funny. No, Chef of Love, I actually didn't. I wanted to, and I thought that would be a good thing to watch and talk about here. And I may have even started. I think I did start it because it had Power Rangers on there, but I don't think I finished it. Spoons. I kind of agree that watching somebody learn kind of from step one is good. You can kind of see the mistakes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to finish that. That's another thing that I think is a big part of our show is nostalgia. Nostalgia. Anyway, I think that's a big component of our show. Like the shows we've had the most fun on were where we got kind of nostalgic. And I'm like addicted to nostalgia. Like I probably get a little too much out of the nostalgia. I've said that too many times and now I don't know how to say it anymore. Oh, hoy hoy, yeah. Yeah, it's like pop art almost. And then, okay, so I don't know if they're here now, but somebody asked last week. Gosh, I should have prepared better. Somebody asked last week for how to do really dewy, bright highlight skin. And I've been thinking about it and I have a good reference, but I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. And I've practiced a little, like I've been working on it. So I might put that picture in. I found a really, really, really good reference makeup picture and I'm working with how to do it. And that might be the first thing that I do when this is finished is makeup looks on minis, namely busts. I really like busts. Oh, yeah. David Lynch films. There's a whole bunch of stuff. What did I do? Oh, I downloaded, I bought Mrs. Doubtfire a couple weeks ago because Mrs. Doubtfire makes me happy. And I was kind of depressed. Like, not real bad, but, like, just had a little bit of melancholy, which is how my depression kind of manifests. It's like a guilt or melancholy. So it's kind of guilty, kind of melancholy. And I was like, oh, I'll watch Mrs. Doubtfire. And maybe I'll even watch it from after they're not fighting anymore. Like, maybe after the court scene and before they find out that Mrs. Doubtfire is, spoiler alert, the dad. Sister Act's good too. I like Sister Act. Is it Sister Act 1 or 2 that has Lauryn Hill in it? Love Lauryn Hill. As I'm sure anybody my age does. Alright. We're going to move to the sash and armbands with 1 part Miracle Yellow and 1 part water. Yeah, I don't know if spoiler applies to the whole plot of the movie. I should have known that I would be into beauty when I realized like that was my favorite part of Mrs. Doubtfire. My favorite part was when they transformed him. Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack transformed him into Mrs. Doubtfire, and they did like the whole montage of all the different looks. I liked it a lot. It made me want to know more about Daniel's family. Robin Williams. I really liked the brother and the mom. Yeah, Suleiman. Metallic pink and pearl white for a Barbie anti-paladin of Girona. I think Anne did an episode where she talked about using pearl white, and she talked about the retro, I think they were retro silk colors. The retro red, there's a retro gold, a retro blue. I think that was it. But she talked about using, I really feel like she talked about using those to make using pearl white to make colors like those. Yeah. Oh, well, somebody said bright metallics were something they were looking for. One thing I've been into lately, and the pink and the purple don't have this, but the new metallics in the Brynwyn line do, is I really like having flake that's mixed. So it's not straight silver, it's not straight gold, or like I really wanted to use a blue flake in the mermaid scale, but I didn't want it to be all blue, and the old flake is a little less shiny, so I wanted it to be really shiny. But it's the closest thing I have to like a color shift, I guess you could say, which is something we've always wanted to do. It's just we have so much. Hi, Jimmy the Brush. Since we can't get your metallic green blue anymore, what's a good substitute? So I think it's brighter, but there's sapphire blue, and it might be emerald green, but it's in the early 91s. So it's like, it's not 101 because that's ruby. Maybe 103, 104 are blue and green. Yeah, they're metallics. Yeah, 3 and 4. They will be, I think the blue is like blue metallic, and the green, I don't remember what color the flake is, but I know we don't have a green flake, I don't think. So anywho, that's what I would do there. And you might add a little bit of like you might want to tone it down a little bit, because these are just a little muted, the blue and the green. You might add a little black to it, just like the tiniest little bit, like the brush butt. So Jimmy the Brush, we're giving away, thanks for the sub, we're giving away a bottle each of my, I'll call it Barbara Pink and Barbara Purple, because I don't know if I can name something after a trademarked whatever, but that's what we're giving away today. I would swatch it wet, but I'm using my tile right now for the Brynwyn colors, which I'm going to reveal. I have a wing with them right now. Oh man, I'm being real sloppy, but I'm going to do it tonight on the tile, and I'll probably, it might be Babs. Yeah. Oh, see, I was thinking you were talking about the bunny. Malibu Stacy, maybe? Yeah, exactly. It's something. It was almost like I've seen it on Reddit as like vaporwave. I don't know. We experimented with holographic metallics. My girlfriend has some nice holographic nail polish. No, I haven't. Hi. Hi, Aishem Loki. So this is Painting Platinum. Before the Learn to Paint Kit 1 and 2, I never painted, not in the way that we should. Like, I painted really thick and just how I wanted. I actually did Barbie repaints for a while. Most of what I've done is Barbie repaints, and they never turned out very good. They're always a little creepy, but that's what I've done. And I've painted on paper with our paints. So this is my first kind of introduction into that. So if you start at the beginning, you can see me do very, very slowly. Like you might go into YouTube and speed it up. You can very, very slowly see me work these kits and get better. So I'm not the big professional, but we have a lot of fun here. Dr. Bob, I really hoped we would. And possibly, there's a lot of stuff that's priority, but you never know. I might whip something up real quick. Because Ron has an idea of what he would like. Ron has a really, like, he came and showed me a picture. The musical group Aqua won the right to use the whole idea of Barbie for their Barbie Girl song because the courts determined Barbie is so mainstream, I guess. Oh my gosh, I loved that album too, Francis. I loved, was it Aquarium? Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's cheesy. It will still be called Ghostfire, yes. Yeah. I liked all of them. And then I think I liked Aquarius too. I mean, yes, even if it's not glow in the dark, it's gonna be glowy. And glow in the dark is coming. It's just coming later. It censored what you said. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Okay. I thought I discovered something, but I didn't. I'm silly. I clicked on it and it told me it was explicit, and I thought it was going to let me decide that I'm an adult and I can read something explicit, but it didn't. Which is like one of my rants. As much, like, look, I have friends with kids. I'll hope to have kids one day. My cousin has kids. I love them, but like, why do we have to live our lives as if we're all children because some things aren't appropriate for children? Or maybe it's that some adults are offended by certain words or whatever, and that's why we have to censor things. But I'm really not a huge fan of censorship. I really, like, I've always kind of pushed the limits of what I've said. My mom had to break me of using the C word in high school. Like, it was real bad. Because, you know, I'm of the Osbourne's era MTV, like, tail end of like Beavis and Butthead and beginning of Osbourne's, and Sharon Osbourne's loved the C word and I said the C word, so my mom had to tell me, like, you can't say the C word. I probably still would, but so many people are so offended by it here. It's like the worst thing that you can say. And I don't mean like calling people that in a really mean way, because that's different. I've never seen Food Wars. Hear it, don't say it seems to work okay. Yeah, I think so. I have a friend who didn't stop cursing with her kids, and they will... Yeah, exactly, Dr. Bob. Oh, by the way, Dr. Bob, I got your email. It's really nice. You're the best. I'm glad you won. So my friend's kids will curse. Really, the older, the daughter, will curse in a way that's really like... Oh, what would you even say? Like, really utilitarian. Like, it's not over the top. And sometimes she'll say things and she'll be like, I don't know where she got that. And I'm like, I do. But, calm your effing tits. Or she told her I have to take a effing S. And, I was like, I kind of enjoy a little girl that'll just tell you right out there that she has to take an S. I don't know why I'm censoring it. I usually say bad words. I'm just trying not to celebrate it. Okay, so I did my highlights. Really, I did kind of like a wash over it, but my aunt and uncle had a box that you plugged into the TV, and I think it worked with movies. And what it would do is if somebody cursed, it would mute it, and it would pop up with the closed captioning, and it would replace the word. So like, okay, so like if it said tits, it would say form, like a mannequin form. Or if it said balls, it would say guts. Yeah, it was a V chip, I think, Dave Dwyer. And if you said bastard or asshole, it would say clown. I can't think of any of the other ones, but it had its own like thing. And one of my favorite memories is we were watching Recess, and there was an episode where maybe all the balls got locked up, and they, I don't know, they let all the balls out, and the kids were like, balls, balls everywhere, balls, and it just came up like guts, 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 which is so much worse, than balls, but whatever. So yeah, they were allowed to watch stuff. And I got in trouble because like back in the day uh, when everybody was downloading music, I would make my cousins mixtapes pretty much of stuff they wanted, and like prank calls were really kind of funny at the time, so it had all this stuff on it, and my aunt and uncle were like, we're really disappointed in you that you would make this for them. Like, but they wanted it. And you're like, that's not an excuse. So, anyway. The cursing. But yeah, they had that, and they had this website that was, like, you could look up a movie and it would tell you anything that could possibly offend you. Like, exactly what it was. Because sometimes it's kind of vague. It's like adult content for sexuality and violence. You're thinking like, how violent are we talking here? Are we talking like grotesque? What are we talking? Oh no, not husbands. I've never had a husband. 2 parts ebony flesh, 1 part woodland brown, 1 part water. I'm taking up a lot of space today on my palette. Maybe these are just getting really watery. 2 parts ebony flesh. How do you get the detail? When do you get to the details on this guy? The chest hardware, hilts, etc. Metal fittings on the chest, sword hilt, pommel, dagger pommel, belt buckle. That's all in the finishing details. Yeah, chewy boots. I love Mormons. So for a while, without even meaning to, when I was a teenager, I would date guys that were Mormon. I think like 3 or 4 of them. And for whatever reason, I talked about this last time, how we're attracted to people based on our pathology. When I would meet Mormon guys, they would be like so glowy to me. Like they would really seem, they really stand out to me. Like they're in italics or something. Swear to God. So I really loved their family structure and just their, I don't know, their values and how sweet they were. They just seemed like the most genuine, sweet, like living their truth people. And they make for the most wholesome bad kids, because usually I dated like the bad kids out of the family. Most wholesome bad kids. But yeah, they meant business. Like I had to wear, I once wore a tank top to this guy's house, and I'm not talking like spaghetti strap, I'm talking like a real tank top, and he made me wear a sweater. But then, and this goes for like growing up and being a kid, and like everybody can relate to this. Later, his youngest sister was like wearing a tank top, and I was like, man, they've really loosened up. I kind of like that. Yeah, I love Mormons. They're one of my favorite groups. Dr. Bob says, I grew up in Indep, Missouri. Highest population of Mormons, RLDS, outside of Utah. So many live there that we never had to do the missionary door to door. No point. Yeah. You know, I've never had Mormons come. Maybe they put me on a list that was like, don't go to this person's house. She's got a thing for Mormons. Yeah, exactly, chewy boots. Like, Independence, Missouri. Yeah, really good people. Really good people. Yeah, I'm a bad influence on Mormons. Exactly. They've got me on that list. Let's see. As for kids copying their parents, Spoon says, my niece once asked a random lady, what's on your face? The lady was having a herpes outbreak. That's when we always ask my niece when she get food or crayon or marker on her face. Does that say herpes? H-E-P-E-S. I'm wondering, does Twitch give you, it makes me want to write a curse word in chat, but like, does it give you the right amount of stars? Not into this censorship. I got my parents' house on the don't go here list when I was a kid because I handed them a Bible and said, you left this here and closed the door. Yeah. It did. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was the disease. Okay, good. That's what I thought. And yeah, Justin's taking a little longer today because he's eating real food, not nug nugs. Not tendies. Rings Raccoon says, I was married to a Mormon, much their family's disapproval, as I refuse to convert. Yeah, I'm pretty wrapped up in my own... Okay, so, like, I doubt we're supposed to, like, talk about this or whatever, but, I don't really know. I wouldn't even say I have an idea of what is true. I just think it's, like, kind of unknowable and mysterious, but I really like the Episcopal, the Diet Catholic deal, so I would never convert to anything else. That being said, I have a few like favorite religions, favorite religious groups. Mormons are about my favorite, and one thing that did make me jealous is I had a serious boyfriend, and we were like really close and whatever, and Catholic light, exactly, Dr. Bob. Say Catholic. Same great dogma as half the guilt. So his mom made this post about how his brother and his brother's wife, who was like Mormon, they'd always known each other, high school sweethearts, whatever, how they were getting sealed and they were an eternal family. And I was like, we're going to be an eternal family, which, by the way, weren't, right? We're not still together. But I was like, how come we're not? She's being petty, but she wasn't being petty. She was just super stoked on this, what's it called? On this, right, you know? And I like secrets. I know you probably shouldn't. I know that's what a lot of people don't like about a lot of religions. But, like, I like secrets in the sense that, like, not everybody knows what goes on in the temple. And I like that in the Catholic Church, they've got those, like, Vatican archives. I love that. Hi, Crispies. I mean, spoons. Everybody's got the meanies. Okay. I got a real question in here. Sadie, just how many paints are in the Bones line, the Pathfinder line, the core colors? And are there any paints only available in triads? Down to the red, no. If it is in production, it is available in a triad. If it got canceled, the triad got canceled. So in the past, the canceled colors are all canceled triads. There are 54 canceled colors in the core line out of 324. When we get the next Kickstarter, that'll go up to 336, because I think there's 12. Yeah, so there'll be, out of 336, there's 54 canceled colors in triads. So whatever that math is. Big maths. Pathfinder line, I think there's 56. And in Bones, including the Brinewind, there will be 108. Because it goes from 9401 to 9408. Right? Is that 107 or 108? I think that's 108. Yeah, Sharky in the tent. Like, really sweet people. Oh, yeah, this is my, what did it say? My heart belongs to Sophie? Yeah. My heart belongs to Sophie. It's really cute. It's kind of a Barbie-esque design. Yeah, they're super sweet people. Yeah, I do think I like all religions, though. Somebody said something about that. Like, pretty much any religion I get pretty excited about. They all have their things, but um,
By the way, Sadie, I'm done eating. I've just been listening to you.
okay, yeah. Getting a word in edgewise is kind of a challenge.
Just so you're aware that I'm actually done eating. So
Good. So, anything new and exciting in your world, Justin? Fort Worth office?
no, not no, not really.
Good. Good. That's how we like it. Keep it boring.
Yeah, I mean the only change really has been some ReaperCon stuff moving forward. Um, there's been well, obviously there was that stuff this morning for me, but outside
Yeah.
of that, that's it.
Yeah.
So really just genuinely boring.
ReaperCon. This ReaperCon. So it doesn't annoy me, and it doesn't stress me out, cause it doesn't stress me out because it's to make it fun for people. But this is gonna be the biggest ReaperCon, which is ironic because it's online. Like, would you say that's true, Justin? That this is gonna be like the most extra?
It's probably gonna have the most attendance, I would say.
Um,
Jimmy. And thanks Margaret. Yeah, just to clarify, if I sound a little low energy, I'm just not super into it today.
Low energy Jeb Bush. My boyfriend told me to stop saying that, but it's not funny. I think it's funny though. Yeah, we're all gonna make it. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. One drop bleached. Hold on a second. Bleached linen to one drop highlight. There might be a typo in here. Anyway. Um, Dr. Bob said I was happy to see more pics from the hobby box release, the paint palette, and light, for instance. Can see how that stuff would have been great for an on-site con. Yes. Um, so we're also preparing for like the classes, have a list that they would like to recommend. So we're preparing for that. Um, highlight the best. Hiveware X3. Yeah, chewy boots. I curse a lot. I probably shouldn't because I'm sure, some people think that that makes you sound like less educated or whatever, but like, I don't know. I like to curse. Feels good. Gives me that shot of dopamine I crave so very much. So, my honey is traveling right now. He's going to Detroit. He goes to Detroit every summer. This summer they're not having their big glass event, but he's still gonna go and work with the artists up there. So I used his. This is my buddy today. This is a glass, just to brag on him. Sometimes he does these little warm up art pieces. Oh, and my favorite colors are pink and gray and purple. So he'll do a lot of those for me. He made me a little heart as like a warm up. It's like a almost like a worry stone. Yeah, spicy language. But yeah, it's really cute. And I kept telling him, I'm like, I'm gonna have to put your stuff in my little dealy. I tried to get this dragon. I was telling Justin about this dragon that he made. So he plays RuneScape, and apparently I got the story behind this dragon. He made this tiny little green sculpted dragon, and it's a fairy dragon. And in the game, it's the last of the fairy dragons. I think its name is Kicklick, and it's so cute. So I'm trying to get him to let me borrow Kicklick to put in my dealie. But he's traveling right now, and then I'm gonna quarantine him because Reaper is being really, well, not just Reaper, but personally I'm being really strict about travel. And also Reaper is. So yeah, that's my little palette buddy for today. He's a cutie, and it helps me with the color balance, which isn't perfect today, but it's better. Cause really, and I wonder if you can see the difference when I go to here. Yeah, you can see this camera is more true to color than this one, but that's okay. Not professional. Hashtag not professional right here. Has anything new been said about Dallas area going back on lockdown? Trashorama, no. Um, I would imagine we won't. It's become such a big fuss right now that I don't think we will. And it's a shame because, in my opinion, like, I'm no economist, but I think that if we would have for real, like made a real effort, we would have kicked this by now. And because there are so many people that Voyeur X3, you get a bottle of each of this pink and this purple and a pokey tool. I'll show you the pokey tool. I painted the pokey tool with our pieces of 8 color, so it looks all fresh and pretty on his little head.
We're also one sub away from a second set of those to give.
Ooh. But yeah, because it's become such a thing here, like, I don't know if this is national news, but we had a salon owner that refused to close, and then she went to jail and they got her out, and I think they dropped the charges. And she started this big GoFundMe over it, and got all this money, and it turned out that she was like kind of wealthy already, and who knows what this money's going toward. Nobody really talks about that, but like, I could tell that, yeah, Aishan Loki, I bet I wouldn't mind making a oh, thanks,
Well,
Roz Yeti.
thank you, Jimmy. Actually, Jimmy got us to the 10, and then Graz added a third one.
Oh,
So thanks,
thanks,
guys.
Jimmy.
That's awesome.
Um,
I appreciate it, really.
as a hairstylist and self-appointed good judge of character, that lady would be a nightmare to work for. I'm just saying, because I'm a bit of a salon hopper. I've worked at a lot of different places, and I have learned some red flags when it comes to working at a salon or spa. Like, really, really big red flags, and that lady is a-hole. I could almost promise you. But yeah, so because it's become such a thing, like, I have friends that are still salon Karen, yeah. I have friends that are still working in salons, and they have people that are dicks to them about having to wear a mask, and then of course the people that are like, this is a lie, whatever. So are 2 colors different from what you've been giving out otherwise, the metallics? Yes, they are. So what I was giving out was the retro blue and retro green steel, and this purple is actually like a tinting of retro blue steel. I hope I wrote it down because I really like this color. And then the pink is the same flake, but I just played with it without any pigment in it and made it its own thing, and they ended up going together really well. I think this is the retro green on the back, because I was trying to go like a full scheme, I guess, but I didn't like it as much as just the pink and the purple. But yeah, I don't think we'll close down. Retro steel colors for Bone 6 confirmed. Are the retros gone? Yes, they are. Yeah, it's gonna get weirder and weirder. And really, like, okay, so people will be like, well, if you're scared, la la la. I am a true germaphobe, and I am so pumped full of like SSRI that I'm not scared right now, but I'm taking precautions. And I do everything I normally would do. Literally, except I don't go to Walmart. I'll say that, because the Walmart in my town is nuts. And it may have died down, but I don't do that. So I'll go to like smaller grocery stores and I'll do prescription pickup or whatever. But everything else I've done exactly the same. I just wear a mask. I already wash my hands a lot. Like I've overwashed my hands. So I do everything exactly the same. And so far, so good. But had I not taken this seriously, I would have already got it. Because right after I socially distanced from my boyfriend, he got it. And that's a whole story. Spoon says I went and got my hair cut 3 weeks ago, put on a paper mask. It was basically self-adhesive mask. I literally this is how dumb I can be. I was like, man, maybe they could make one that like suctioned on so it would like stay on. And I was like, oh my god, that would strangle you. Houston area person here. I'm currently home from work waiting on test results because people I work with directly tested positive. We're discussing whether or not I go back because kids equals germs and we're worried it's going to spread hardcore. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. We'll go back to that. But Strange 1979 says I received my Core Reaper starter. Going to order next either the starter for shading or Core Colors starter. Let me see. Reaper starter. Oh, okay. I would do Core first. I really like doing Core than the layer up, but the layer up does have the tiny brush. But if you ask a lot of the good painters, not me, the good painters, it really just depends on how nice the tip is on your brush. Like, you don't really necessarily need the 3/0 brush. Is this the 3/0? Where's the 3/0? I end up, because I'm not paying super close attention to what I'm doing, I end up just using the same brush, which is a lot of what I do. Like, whenever I play around with glass, I'll make something and my boyfriend will come over and he'll change the flame or whatever because I just go with what I've got. I'd rather just work around it. 3/0. And I have some like itty bitty little baby ones that I'll show you too because I went a little brush crazy. So here is the one. And then next to it I'll put the 3/0. And then I'll show you this tiny little baby. This is the 30/0. He's like teensy. But yeah. So that's what I've got. But I would recommend Core first. That being said, do whatever because they're designed you can do whatever first. But anyway, in Texas, I don't think they're telling people which hospitals are full anymore. And I just read, that hospitals are not going to report to the CDC anymore, and I think that's weird. Yes, MZ, people need to stop treating it like it's political. It's not political. And it's kind of, yeah, everybody stay safe. It's kind of our culture, and my mom and I were talking about it, and my stepdad was in the car, and my stepdad's a lot more, let's see. Oh, wear X3, because I'm not like a professional painter. We have some professional painters that have shows. The point of my show is just like beginner painter. So like, when you get the 10/0, we'll talk about small. My stepdad and I don't agree on most things. And the one thing we did agree on is that it's kind of our attitude that everything's about us, like not in a horrible way, but and he was like, yeah, from traveling all over the world, I would agree with you there. And I was like, my stepdad agrees with me, like apparently he likes me, but he seems like he doesn't like me. And I asked my mom, I was like, does Dan not like me? And she was like, of course he likes you. He lets you watch his house and his dog. But but yeah, Valender the Red says, I no longer use anything below 3/0 now because I just don't have that I painted a miniature with a single hair and um, hand ground dry pigments mindset anymore. That, yeah, a lot of people don't. Now there are people, thanks for the sub Clavicus, there are people that use the cat whiskers. We've talked about this before. Some cats shed whiskers more than others. My cat is a whisker shedder. But so cat whiskers. I've never tried though. I paint 2mm and 3mm size miniatures. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, we'll probably back out of it on the COVID, even though it's not political, it's just what it is. But Rings Raccoon says our culture encourages fanatical individualism over cultural collectivism. I've actually heard that that's the difference between. Okay, I had a professor tell me that the greatest generation and millennials were actually very similar in the sense that we both value civic duty and collectivism more than um, the boomers. Not that there's anything wrong with boomers. Uh, I love the boomers, but that seems to be true because like not that every millennial's like this, but you cannot keep me from an election. Like seeing people all over the world that they'll get their first election in whatever country and they will risk violence and arrest to go vote. You could not keep me from voting with S and a bucket of S and a mop. But I don't know. I don't think everybody's like that, and that the greatest generation's kind of like that. Like my grandpa will vote his ass off. He will be there. Um, but yeah, it is, and that's okay. You can always Coffee Nerdery Beer. You can always watch on YouTube, and you can speed me up. A bucket of S and a mop. Yeah, couldn't chase me off with a bucket of shit and a mop. That's an expression, not a nice one. Uh, the French, they love to riot and be civic. Yeah. Um, but if you look at our history, yeah, I mean, we're all about independence and it's kind of badass sometimes. But at a certain point, you have to be like, God, it's not all about us. Like, the whole world is not a stage just trying to sway America. We all have our shit, though. We all have our different parts to us. So, 1 part dark highlights to 1 part scholar flesh to 1 part water. No, I think that's an actual expression. You can get fined in New Zealand if you aren't enrolled to vote, but you don't actually have to vote. Anne actually told me, Trashorama, that one of the things she would miss would be the Sadie-isms, which are my family isms, like Delka-isms, which isn't my name, but it's my mom's family's name, because they do get some wild sayings. Yeah, better than sadisms. I don't know. We're not here to kink shame. Here at Painting Platinum, we are not here to kink shame. Alright, we're going to do our Scholar Flash, 1 part water. I'm doing the thing where I'm not focusing as much as I should. It will really help when I quit threatening to do it and actually get new contacts so I can wear my readers the whole time. You can be an individual, just don't be a dick about it, is what I say. Exactly. Polish the cat. Polish that cat. Yeah. Silently judging you. I try
Speaking
not
of
to
which,
judge.
Sadie,
Huh?
since we're talking about COVID, I meant to tell you this earlier.
What?
The thing I went to this morning, there was not a single person wearing a mask other than me and my brother.
whatever. I mean, like I said, I could understand if people can't have masks or can't find them uh because it's hard to find them and they're somewhat expensive, but
I guess in this case, for me, it's more of a. I'm sorry, my grandpa was wearing a mask too, actually.
good.
Which is good, yeah, correct. But that's the thing, when you have elderly people like that collected together, they really should wear a mask.
My church tried to get back together. They've been live streaming, but we're part of like the Dallas diocese, so even though Denton's not really bad, I think Dallas makes our decisions, and then we're getting this new priest. It's horrible. It's this whole big thing. We're getting a new priest, which kills me. Like, you know Father Johnson, right? Or no? We met him. Comes up to he's a friend of Reaper, which just goes to show you how fucking awesome he is. But anyway, after he left, they were like trying to open back up, and they've got this big email chain, and they were like, "What do you think about coming back?" And I was like, um, there are more cases than when we originally shut down. I don't think that that would be responsible. Um, and then they didn't. Elderly don't care. They're all on bonus time. They're on bowling bingo, all the shops. Like they engineered the place to get rid of young people. Yeah, Jimmy the Brush. My grandpa says that he like doesn't want it, but he's like, we kind of got into it because I was trying to keep people away, and he was like, you can't tell people um, you can't tell people what to do. And if I get it, I plan on surviving it. And if I don't, I don't. Um,
That's my grandmother kind of said the same thing. She said, "Well, if I get it, and she goes, if it's my time, it's my time." So I was like, "Yeah, but we don't need to accelerate it, Nemo."
oh yeah, I have an uncle that his his kind of thing that he says is our name is written in gold. Like when the good Lord wants us, he's gonna get us. And he's been saying this about tornadoes. So like I'm really scared of tornadoes. My family is in construction, and they will build a giant smoker, whatever else, like a garage, a gazebo, and they will not build a tornado shelter. And I do not understand it. And my uncle's like, well, your name's written in gold, and if the good Lord wants you, he'll just get you underground. And I'm like, could we make it hard for him though? Could we make him work for it?
Give him some sort of resistance.
Yeah, I think he'd respect that. Um, you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to presume what the good Lord wants, but I don't know. Almost said something blasphemous. Save that for my own time. But anyway, yeah. I'm just like, come on, guys. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, but my point was, don't open the church. You can't keep old people out of church. They'd like sooner die than not go to church. Izzy Lobo, that's what I was scared of, was the long term effects with my boyfriend um because he has asthma. And I was like, this could be forever, dude. Like, I'm really worried about it. Valander, we'll
Yeah,
see you in a little bit. You take a little nip nap. You take a good one. We'll see you. Um, the guy who did my grandma's funeral, like, officiated it. I was actually really worried about it because literally he was so political in such an extreme way that when Obama was president, he was visited by the Secret Service. Think about the most virulent anti-Obama person you know. They probably were not visited by the Secret Service. This guy was visited by the Secret Service, and he became a preacher. So I was like, are you sure we want to use this guy? And my grandpa was like, he's my nephew. And I was like, all right. And the whole time I was like crossing my fingers, like, please don't make this about anything but my grandma, please. Like, I'm going to have to, please don't. And he didn't until like afterward. He was like, talking about how they're trying to ban singing and how it's, it's a conspiracy against the Lord, don't you know? And it's like, I mean, when you sing, you put out all your spittle. It's just a spittle factory. Yeah, rings
Yeah,
raccoon.
actually,
I'm with you.
I think it's a pastor. The pastor that was doing, I guess, doing the service this morning.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't call it a pandemic. He kept referring to it as a. He would mutter some words and say "demic," and then he started just calling it a pandemic at some point.
Oh, he couldn't say it? Now I feel bad.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
laughing.
he no. It's not that he couldn't say it. He couldn't remember the word. Like it wasn't relevant to him. Like he went through saying epidemic, pandemic, and then he said something else that's just a made up word, I think, before he settled on pandemic.
Actually sounds kind of cute.
I mean, it was the whole. It did make me frown a little bit.
Uh, the priest at our school whistled every time he pronounced an S, so he whistled twice for Jesus. Whistle twice for Jesus might be one of our sayings on this show too. I like whistle twice for
I
Jesus.
I'm gonna reuse that. Whistle twice for Jesus.
Yeah. Let's see. MC says I've hung out with a Secret Service agent. I'm just gonna read the rest to myself actually because it's I don't know. Nothing's really inflammatory, but yeah, voyeur. We just watch it. Actually, I've been treating it like an all-out heathen fest. I haven't been watching church or nothing. Drinking all night. Not really, but you know what I mean. Heathen fest. Yeah, Ryan's exactly. Heathen fest all the way. Not to be offensive.
Yeah, to be fair, Ryan's. I don't typically go to church either, but today was an extenuating circumstance.
Plainer spoons, that's okay too. You don't have to whistle twice for Jesus. You can you can do whatever you want. We're down. Yeah, exactly, Dr. Bob. Exactly.
I mean, it could be whistle twice for Jesus if you really want it to be.
Um, yeah. So the whole phrase isn't for you. Uh. Oh man. I also love Jewish people. They're high on my list of of fam religions. I should have been an anthropologist. I love spirituality. I think it's neat. Even if it is just a superstition or a little stition. 1 part bleach loam, 1 part water. For the vest. What? 1 part bleach.
You could also whistle twice for spoons.
Oh my gosh, I made a mistake on the vest. So, what I was supposed to do, yeah, whistle twice for spoons. Um, I was supposed to do something a little different. Let's not worry about what I was supposed to do. We're so close to the end. Let's just rock it. My grandfather used to whistle all the time, like in the musical and the 50s style whole songs. So I didn't know it was possible to not know how to whistle. Yeah, trash or realm are ruined. Community and comfort. Yeah, Ryan's. I don't like singing. I'll tell you what, I go to the early service so I don't have to sit through all the singing because I am so ADHD. It is torture. It is torture for me to go through it. I cannot take it. Cannot take it. I cannot take it. But that being said, I would much rather sit through hymns than contemporary, and that is apparently pretty rare for people my age. Except for I used to go with my cousin because her boyfriend at the time didn't want to go. So I went to a mega church with her, which I'm not into. The only thing I like about mega church is that nobody pays attention to you. Like you can literally just right in. But I went to this mega church and they did a series where they did all U2 songs, and I could get behind that. But if we're talking, so over the hymns, I'd take classic rock, but over contemporary, I'd take hymns. I don't know whether I would take classic rock over nothing. Classic rock and nothing are neck and neck. Let me sing if I've been drinking. You know what I'm not into that a lot of people are into with the singing is karaoke. Like I think I take myself way too seriously because I would never do karaoke or like dance in public. I feel uptight. I need a hard reset.
I'm right there with you, Sandy. I don't
Really?
know that I could ever enjoy karaoke. It just seems like the most unfun thing in the world to me. Not to mention, I don't like dancing either, let alone in public.
um, James and I were talking about the what was the video? Millennials don't know how to cook. All they know is McDonald's, twerk. What was it? Twerk, eat McDonald's, text and lie. What is it? Now I shouldn't have brought it up. Shouldn't bring up things that I don't know fully, but I don't think things through. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, eat hot chip and lie. Eat hot chip is in there. Um, but he was like, except you don't twerk or lie. Oh, like I would probably twerk if I had to. And you're like, I like that you don't twerk and lie.
Oh, Trash, are you a Footloose fan? Is that?
Yeah, twice Footloose has come up. Uh, big big subtotal, Justin.
You're currently at, let's see here. Want to double check, make sure my math is correct.
Oh no, his abs. Yeah. You heard millennials were killing McDonald's? Not around here. Might be, but
We're 3 subs
oh
away
my
from
god,
a
I'm gonna
fourth set.
3 subs away from a what set?
A fourth set?
Oh my goodness. This is gonna be a big set.
Are we still doing good on paint, by the way?
This paint? Yes.
Yes.
We are almost out of the blue and green. I think we're out of the blue, maybe not the green. If I have enough green, I'll throw it in with you guys. Big Sub is the once a week event where we all chip in for party sub for Justin. He eats it on stream.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, millennials do get blamed for everything. You know what makes me think of millennials and Gen Z especially? Do y'all know that Johnny Cash song, What is Truth? When I listen to that, I think about Gen Z. Like a little bit about millennials, but I think about Gen Z. I should listen to that song. Maybe I'll start posting music in the Discord channel. What is it called? Discord. My Discord thing. Hi, Scott Beal. So I haven't had a whole lot of mosquitoes. I did my nails. Okay, so my boyfriend's been staying with me until he moves into his new house, and he's asthmatic. So I did my acrylics outside on the porch at night, and I didn't get mosquitoes. I got these big old weird. I don't even know what they were, like flying beetles. They kept getting all over the place. It was scary. But yeah, no big mosquitoes here yet, I don't think. What about you, Justin? Have you noticed mosquitoes?
My backyard is kind of bad. Like I don't really
Swampy.
spend much time outside in either way, but when I do, it's at least my backyard. It can be bad. Yes.
Let me tell you another
Also,
best kept secret. Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say I was gonna answer Dr. Bob's question. He was asking about I think the total sub count for the big giveaway on Fridays potentially, and we're at like 700. We've kind of dipped a lot in subs. I don't know if that's because we have cycling people in and out, or people are kind of bored with us, but probably just bored. I mean, have you watched any of our shows, City?
What?
Kidding. I'm kidding.
Sorry, I was reading. Now I feel like a butthole.
Of course you were.
Voyeur said I'm still pretty new to
Um,
the whole Twitch thing, learning about following the
uh,
streams and
I
benefits
was
of
I
doing
was
so.
making a joke about
Sorry.
viewership, but
Oh,
we're at about
viewership.
700 subs, so we're a long way away from the big sub
Oh, the
giveaway.
big sub, yeah. Um, I'm new to Twitch as well, Voyeur. You can follow and you'll get notices. Okay, so if you follow, you'll get the notifications, and if you sub, you get entered into these drawings that we do. We don't do sub only content, so you can see everything. Um, but I think the big benefits are the giveaways. Sometimes we do crazy big giveaways, like Rings Raccoon was the winner of this. Yes, my channel planer spoons. Um, Rings Raccoon was the winner of every paint in production. I don't remember what that was for. That was a big sub thing, but yeah. So yeah, that's the benefit. Are there any other benefits other than just good vibes?
Uh,
Oh, sub only icons. Thank you, I may be one. You can use our icons like um let's see. We've got a Ron and a Dave. F bomb painting big. I'm just gonna like spam. Where's Sophie? Man, I'm oh, we got Baby Collins and John Overton. Who is that? Ron Focus, Ed, Line.
no, Maneth, you do not have to be subbed ever to win any of the giveaways. The what
Oh
I
no
think
no
what we're
no.
talking about here is the big giveaway that we do if we're above a certain sub count, typically. And every Friday, if we're at that or above that count, then we'll do the giveaway. Once a month, of course, has a cooldown. So
Oh Jesus! And no, you don't have to sub to enter. I'm so dumb right now. I'm focused on 5 different things. Um, no, you don't.
um,
You just hashtag free. But when we open it up with subs. And then, okay, what is it you have to do to get Ed on a tractor? Is that a secret?
that's a tier 3 sub, I believe.
Tier 3 sub, what's it called? Yes, I am going to swatch those color sci-fi paints. I have them swatched already on something. Um,
No, I think they actually declined it for the first time ever. Trash. I went to go resubmit it. I don't know if it's because it has letters on it or what, but
Dr. Bob, the reason we don't do marble races on this show is because I would have to do it and I don't know how. There's not an Sadie emote yet. There will be one, and I told Justin I haven't even figured out what I want to do for my first one. I've already figured out my second one. Well, I know the first one's going to be me. I'd like it to be one of my fun expressions, not an
yeah.
ugly one.
And to clarify it too, there's absolutely zero requirement or need in any way to sub, guys.
Mm-mm.
We appreciate any and all subs that we do get. Obviously,
Yeah.
bits, everything like all that support's fantastic, but it's not necessary.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Trash Aroma says Sadie needs a tiny cow. Yeah. No, I would like a polishing the cat. So that would be the one I'm thinking of is my third. Um, I would like, because I have a feral cat gang that includes a raccoon actually, and uh, I would like a feral cat gang emote really I'd like it to be a patch, polishing the cat and my feral cat gang. I'd like that to be a patch. Yeah, exactly. I don't mind. And actually, big ol' shout out to Mini Painting Studio because he left a nice comment on my video. Even that makes me real happy. We love old Josh.
Yeah, I
Um,
wonder if he's in chat today, actually.
I don't know, but Josh is great. All of our painters, I'll just like talk for a little bit because it's what I'm doing. But all of our painters really have their own deal, and Josh is one of the most interesting to watch, I think, for me. Um, Interesting the way he paints, the texture, the colors. Like he has his own style that I really like. Got a lot of attitude and sass. Got a lot of personality. Anne has her style too. Anne's like a well painter. She doesn't use a wet palette. She's really into non-metallic metal, and she designed the paint line, so she knows everything. Like she can tell you what this is used for, what to highlight, um, any problem you have with these. Like obviously she couldn't sit and answer questions the whole time or whatever, but any problem you had, the Ask Anne anything, the Anne AMA, she could tell you. Like I was using ebony flesh and tried to highlight it with a with a yellow, and um it went ashy, and she explained to me why and what I should use, which was the Ready Flesh. Like she knows it 'cause she designed it. And then with Proctor uses a lot of colors and texture in a way that's super cohesive. Um, as I understand it, these are just basic whatever, but as I understand it, that's the deal with our painters, and probably so much more. This is my very limited understanding. Details on the eyes of this figure. I would say so. I would say I'm going to. I'm also going to give him a mustache. We're almost to finishing details, guys. What are we doing? 4:30 today?
Yeah, that's fine.
I might.
Also, you're allowed to find the raid if you'd like to.
Sweet ass. So I'm gonna leave that till next time. We will finish this guy next time, and maybe we'll vote on what we paint next. This is a big moment. This next show will be a big moment because it'll be the end of the kits. Yes, Dr. Bob, I moved my canopy. My canopy fell down and I moved it to the other side. And because I was watching a video where I used to have it over there and I liked it better. In a very grass is greener sort of move, I was like, I don't like it as much as I liked it over there. So I did that and I moved my little side table. It's moving back home. I've decided I don't want it in here, but it's moving back home so slowly that now it's just by the door. It's just creeping out of here, and I'm taking the lamp home too, so I can fit more plants. Um, okay, Strange 1979. What it is that Anne is a writer. So Anne will talk about writing things like, what is it? NaNoWriMo, like the writing month, and she talks about different things. And there's something called waxing the cat, and it's where you should be doing one thing, but you justify doing something else. Like, what did they say? Extraneous research, like research into things you don't really need to research, or like other stuff. It's like um, procrastinating in a way that you justify to yourself. So I had heard her say that, and because I'm not really a details girl, I always remembered it as polishing the cat. And I would bring it up, and she'd be like, "No, it's waxing the cat." But I'd never remember. Like I had to ask her even after this. So Dealey says, "Oh no, we're back to the cat." So polishing the cat is like, I've got, for example, I've got all these paints to make for ReaperCon, but I'm making a little batch of retro blue steel. And gosh, if I just put a little bit of something else in it, I could make the cutest purple. And then now I need a pink to match. And it's okay because I need it for my stream. That's polishing the cat. Uh, but yeah, so, and I talked about how the other day I needed to do something. I was cleaning. I needed to mop, and I looked at my actual cat, and because she's old, she's not grooming very well, she's getting these mats, and I was like, how could I clean when my cat's looking the way she is? So I buzzed my cat. So I shaved my cat. In an act of polishing the cat, I shaved my cat. Cleaning the house instead of doing an assignment. Exactly. Dark Knight, Azareth. Exactly. That's what it is. And what I'd really like to do is clean the department. Um, Hi, Kironico. If you hashtag free it, you can enter to win um, one of each of these purple and pink and a Poke Tool. And if we get 4 more subs, uh,
2 more subs at this point.
2 more, we're gonna be giving away 4. Um, we've been talking. This makes me want to do a whole frilly line. But anyway, I don't know if Graz Yeti's still in here, but I was gonna tell Graz Yeti we're not gonna end up using the Graz Yeti blue, which is a sample everybody liked and he sent in for me to match. We're not gonna use that for Ghostfire. We're gonna do something different for Ghostfire. So as much as it's sad news that it's not coming out yet, I can go back to its original name of Ice Yeti Blue. So that's nice. Pay homage to Graz Yeti. Polish the cat, prime your miniatures, barbecue, the sticky traps of Reaper. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, and that will be because Graz Yeti's been so good to us. He gave us all these pins, beautiful, beautiful pins that were made from the same piece of wood, and they've got our name on them. Mine's
Yeah,
out
mine's
home.
on my desk actually,
Yeah.
right here. I
Being
use it
Mitch,
pretty regularly.
thanks. All right, so I think we're at 4. I think we're at 4 giveaways. Okay, so I will now unveil to you the High Seas Adventures first 6 of the Brinewind set. So these are in fast palettes. They're in the small palettes. Let me take this off. Beer beats Battlestar Galactica. What was the other color? The pink and the purple. The Ice Yeti blue was the sample that the guy on Facebook was like, hey, I got this sample and it worked really great for my wraiths, and it was a glowy blue color. It's too close to another color that we're doing for another set, so we don't want to release it because it would just be too monotonous. This is the color of the 2 colors today. We got a purple and a pink. So I'll show you the purple and the pink, and then I'll show you the swatches because they're super exciting. Y'all are like the first people to see them other than Ron and Ed. But yeah. I'm also, this is another polishing the cat. I was like, I should make my own painting platinum sample labels while we're making our own labels. Because we may or may not be doing that for very much longer. But anyway, so not a priority right now. Okay, so if you're ready, these, let me see if I can fit them all. I guess I have to zoom out. I've imprisoned myself in this tiny little frame. Okay, so these are Sophie wings. This is what I use to swatch paint to make sure that they're matte enough but not too matte. So yeah, these are big Sophie wings. Next time I'll show you the wings that Anne used, because Anne used them too. So I'll show you what they look like after you've been swatching on them for years and years and years. But this is how we do it. But anyway, I'll send a picture to Justin because sometimes you can show it better in a picture. Let me see if turning the light off helps too. We'll turn the light off and then back on. So what we have, I don't know if I like it better with the light off or on. I think I like it better. I don't know. It kind of depends. Okay. So this is our mermaid scale. This is Doxy Blush. Doxy Blush is going to be a nice blush color. It's a little bit more muted than our 9262 blush. And it's a nice scar color. you might have to adjust it based on the skin tone you're using it on. Treasure Map. This isn't showing Treasure Map very well. This might be more accurate if I turn this. Okay, yeah. So Treasure Map looks better with the light off. This is Treasure Map. This is a nice off-white. To me, compared to the other ones, it's a very clean off-white. Less glare with it off, yeah, for all gems. So yeah, that's what we've got here. I'll show you. Yeah, these are metal. These are metal. And I use them for everything.
Also, thanks for the gifted sub there. Is it B Mitch?
Yes, thank you.
Bean Mitch. Yeah, that puts us one sub away from our fourth giveaway.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
Sadie shows these last couple of paints and then looks for us a raid. Unless you want me to look for one.
Yeah,
Sadie?
no, I'll look for one. I like control. Okay, so that's our Mermaid Scale Doxy Blush Treasure Map. Then this one almost looks like a Dallas Cowboys theme, but it's not. Then we have Brine Wind Brown, Pieces of 8, and Storm Chaser Blue. And then I'll talk about the metallics a little more individually. This is like a brighter worn navy. It's a really deep blue. It's still pretty saturated. The Brine Wind Brown is a gray brown. It's pretty gray. It's a nice like driftwood dock brown. And thanks Andre Krat and HM Road Dog. We appreciate it.
Oh, thanks, Margaret.
And then, okay, so Pieces of 8 is I think my favorite color I've ever designed. One of my first. Like these are okay, so this is the first set I've ever, Gron gave me an idea, but this is the first set I've ever formulated by myself. Hi Skelsey. Glad you stopped by. These will be numbered with the Bones paint for now. So how many from 5 now? So 5 from 5 now, right? Or 4 from 5 now?
Let's see. We got the one we needed, then HM, and then so we're actually 3 from 5.
So you can't see it. It's pretty balanced, painted on, but it's got a lot of violet in it, a little bit of yellow, and it's got both gold and silver in it. So it's something that I like to do with metallics. So it's not just straight silver, it's kind of neutral. I did the same thing with the Mermaid Scale. I put a little blue, a little gold, and a little silver because I just wanted it to have a lot of interest. So yeah, that's what we have there. They're really exciting. So that's our High Seas Adventures. So kind of like our Good Guy set. Next, we'll have the High Seas Horror. I might have a sneaky. I won't show a whole lot of it. I'll just show it real fast. I have okay, so the idea around thank you, Zewo Race. Brine Wind Brown is almost like a driftwood brown, but it's more grayed out, like a dock, an old piece of wood, things on like an old moldy ship, basically. Kind of one of my favorites, but it's hard to kind of see unless you look at it next to other grays and browns. I love a good warm neutral brown, but yeah, warm neutral, whatever. But anyway, so I'll show you guys like, yeah, you need a whole bunch for the Bones 5 pirate ship. I'll just show you really quickly my glossy blood color. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. So this is my glossy blood. I might reformulate it with less pigment just so it feels a little different because it has kind of a sticky feel. We normally don't do glossy colors though, but we did this. Oh, I wish I had it. I might show it tonight. No, I'll show it next week. I have a blood splatter page that's like crazy. But yeah, that's my glossy blood. That'll be in the High Seas Horrors. Um, I wish Dr. Bob, but no, especially now that we use the paint machines that are, um, thanks, Get99. Howdy. Um, we have, we're giving away one of each of this purple and this pink. Oh, where the purple and the pink. If you hashtag free it and a pokey tool. But anyway, these are my first colors. I hope they're really useful. That is my hope for when I create things, is that they have a great use. But that silver, that's my baby. I love that silver. That pieces of 8, because I got the inspiration from a search of pieces of 8 that had kind of a little bit of silver and a little bit of gold on it, and it was really dirty. And like, I don't know, so I made a kind of sample piece of 8. It was actually this shield before I painted it pink and purple. So I painted it with that color. I went around it with I think a brown liner. I went around the details, and then I used black wash and kind of, what's it called? Kind of like weathered it with a little tissue. And I loved it. It was a nice pieces of 8, and it goes well. I don't think I have it, but we have a pirate gold that's in our swag bag. So you would have a pirate gold and the pieces of 8, which are gold and silver, but it's kind of a purpley, goldy silver. A wet gloss wood brown, maybe. Yes, Internet Jojen. Yes, pieces of 8 refers to size, not gold or silver. I found a lot of different pieces, a lot of different pictures, but it seemed like it could be gold or silver. I thought, before I looked it up, I thought it was just like a kitchen sink coin. It was just like whatever metals they could find, but I don't think that's true. I think I just made that up. I like to just fill in the gaps. Galvin Crafts, wet gloss wood brown would be nice, but Ed is not just in love with gloss, so we'll have to see. Reaper piece of 8 with logo and year, that'd be great. I know John was working on a piece of 8. You never know. Something I learned from Weta Workshop is that you can get great color matches from Home Depot for $5 per pint. It has great coverage and durability. Huh. Interesting. Excellent, excellent. So that's what we've got. This is all really fun to make. They're pretty. And I'm really excited. I hope they're very useful. And I'm excited. I think next week we'll show. Will there be any more washes coming out? I would love to make some washes. Brainwash, yeah, exactly. I paints. I've heard that we might be able to get some new colors, like be more new color centric. So more to come on that. You never know. Dwarf butt brown, exactly. Burgundy booby, as Ed said. But so yeah, this is part of the colors I showed you were part of the Brine Wind box. Those are the paints. Next week we'll show the High Seas Horror, and that's when we'll reveal our Ghostfire. A wash fast palette would be awesome. That's a great idea, Minnie. I hate to ask, what's a flump? Then I'll find a raid. I forgot I was trying to find a raid. Internet Jojen, it can be. It is an eighth of a full bar. I believe it was, and people would actually cut coins in half and pay for things since it was made of all gold and silver. Yeah, I saw some pictures of split up coins like pizza. Pieces of 8 makes me think of like Jack the Ripper. I don't know why. Maybe because in that time people would do the coins over the eyes thing. Went dark. Oh yeah, I was painting Platinum 32. I usually say the number. Painting Platinum 32. Intelligent floating jellyfish monster. I like that. So clear phthalo green, I believe, is coming out Black Friday in the ReaperCon commemorative set number 2. Potentially. I'm pretty sure, but we'll say potentially just in case. You never know. But that is my plan. There are a lot of body painters right now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's an oil painting. We don't normally do that. I might come back to that though, because that is pretty. Pretty. One like equals one prayer. That's fun. Fun and funny. A lot of drawing today. Stranger Things fan art. I'm really looking for something that's more our style. Okay. Okay. This guy looks like he's got pretty curly hair. That's first of all, but he's sculpting some gelfling hands. They're big hands. And it's Lore Crafter, but it's CRAFTR. Lore, LORE, Crafter, CRAFTR. Only got 11 viewers, so we gotta get in there. We gotta get in there and spread the Reaper love. He's sculpting. We love a sculptor. We know how hard it is to sculpt.
I like this. Good pick.
Yeah. Oh, the oil painting person. I do want to say who they were because it was beautiful, and it reminded me of the painting reminded me of either like Natasha Leggero or maybe what is that girl's name? Lana Del Rey, but it's Arthur Gain, Arthur Gain, Gain. We'll spread the love to him one day, but today we'll spread the love to this sculptor. Looks like somebody's painting Danny DeVito in Microsoft Paint. Got 4.9 thousand viewers. And I'm talking crude line art. Not that it's bad. It's beautiful. Art is art. I would never make fun of him, but man, that guy must be popular. Yeah, okay. So, anyway.
There we go.
We love you guys. We want you to stay safe. Wear your mask. We'll keep you updated. We're going to stay safe. Be real careful so we can keep bringing this stuff to you. And we will see you at 6 p.m.-ish, hopefully right on time for Reaper Live, where I'll show you prettier swatches of these paints. But we love you.
All right. Thanks, guys. Keep being awesome.
Did we not do the drawing?
Oh, we are.
Let's do the
drawing real quick. We have a...
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's my bad. I got to cat polishing and...
Let me cancel this raid. We'll do it again. Hold on.
Okay, we'll do it.
So I drew 5 names. I don't know if we were at 5, but I added one.
Let's do it.
All right. So our winners are Get99, Voyeur X3,
nice.
mccwar, The Guillotine, and Ultrasquid.
Congrats, guys. We love you. So you're going to email giveaways at reapermini.com. You are going to include the show in which you won, your name, your Twitch handle in the subject, and then your address in the body of the email. And yeah. Oh, Mini Painting Studio, he's here. We were talking about you. Yeah. We did it. I always love it when people who are just joining us win a giveaway too. But yeah, so then you get my Barbie Dream armor colors, metallics. Yeah. Anyway, we love you very much. We'll see you tonight at 6, and we're gonna re-raid that guy.
Yep, there it goes.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Keep being awesome this time. And we should see you here in about an hour and 20 minutes or so.
Thalos coming
Thank
to
you
the
very
painting
much.
studio. Thank you. Thank you.
See you guys.